In today's video, I'm going to share 3 true horror stories, each one more disturbing than the last. These are real events, with details that still remain unexplained, even today. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident in January 1959. A group of 9 experienced hikers set out on a journey through the Ural Mountains in Russia. These were not beginners. They were highly trained and fully prepared for extreme weather. Their leader, Igor Dyatlov, had carefully planned the entire expedition. Everything was going smoothly until the night of February 1st. The group had set up their tent on the slope of a snowy mountain. The temperature dropped to nearly -30 degrees Celsius, and strong winds surrounded the area. At some point during the night, something happened, something so terrifying that all 9 hikers made a decision that makes no sense even today. Investigators later discovered the tent. It was not opened normally. It had been cut open from the inside, as if they were trying to escape immediately. Footprints in the snow showed that the hikers ran away, barefoot, without proper clothing, into the freezing darkness. Days later, their bodies were found. 2 of them were lying under a tree, almost completely undressed. Others had severe internal injuries, broken ribs, fractured skulls, but with almost no external wounds. One of the victims was missing her tongue, and even more disturbing, traces of radiation were found on some of their clothing. Despite a full investigation, no clear explanation was ever confirmed. To this day, no one knows what they saw that night, but whatever it was enough to make them run into certain death rather than stay inside that tent. The next story is even more disturbing. In 2013, a 21-year-old college student named Elisa Lam checked into a hotel in Los Angeles. Everything seemed normal until she suddenly disappeared. Days later, a surveillance video from the hotel elevator was released. In the footage, Elisa is seen behaving in a very unusual way. She presses multiple buttons, steps in and out of the elevator, hides in the corner, and looks outside, as if she's trying to avoid someone. At one point, she even appears to be talking to someone who isn't there. The elevator doors remain open, as if something is preventing them from closing, but no one else is visible in the video. Days later, hotel guests began complaining about the water. The taste was strange, the color was off, something wasn't right. When maintenance checked the rooftop water tank, they made a disturbing discovery. Elisa's body was found inside. The tank was difficult to access, and the lid was heavy. There were no clear signs of how she got in there. The official explanation was accidental drowning, but many people still question what really happened. And the biggest mystery remains: who or what was she reacting to in that elevator? But the final story might be the most unsettling of all. At the base of Mount Fuji in Japan, there is a forest known as Aokigahara. It is often called the Suicide Forest. This place has gained a dark reputation over the years, not just because of what happens there, but because of how people describe it. Many visitors say, the moment you enter the forest, something feels off. The air becomes heavy, the forest becomes unusually quiet, and even simple sounds seem to disappear. Compasses stop working properly, phone signals are lost, and it becomes incredibly easy to lose your sense of direction. Some people who have entered the forest claim they heard whispers, even when no one was around. Others say they felt like they were being watched, followed, even though they were completely alone. A few who managed to leave the forest later described a strange feeling, like something was pulling them deeper inside. Warning signs have been placed throughout the forest, reminding visitors that their life matters and asking them to reconsider their choices. But despite these warnings, the forest continues to attract people and continues to remain one of the most mysterious places in the world. Because the most disturbing part is, some who enter are never seen again. 3 real stories, all unexplained and all deeply disturbing. Which one do you think is the most terrifying? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more.